Hello, my name is Putkonen. Thank you for joining me. Today we'll be talking about enlightenment and existential anxiety. Now this topic is brought up by our channel member Ram. Thank you as always for supporting this channel. But he was wondering if existential anxiety can be worked on and eliminated prior to enlightenment, or is this something that will only be eliminated at enlightenment? And I think it's quite obvious that existential anxiety and the fear of death can be worked on prior to enlightenment. There are spiritual practices of various kinds mentioned in various traditions where you're trying to become familiar with death and accepting death. You might hear of things like conscious dying, or almost like a guided meditation of going through death to become familiarized with it. There's overcoming the fear of the unknown and becoming comfortable with the unknown and uncertainty. In Buddhism, they embrace impermanence, and basically you're trying not to keep things going on forever, and they don't need to have to go on forever. And there's all these various ways of tackling existential anxiety and the fear of death. But I would say it's never totally going to fall away until enlightenment. And this is because prior to enlightenment, there's always going to be the belief in a me. For enlightenment is the shattering of the illusion of me. And so prior to enlightenment, a me is still believed. And as long as a me is going to be believed, there will always be the fear and anxiety of what will happen to me. What's going to happen to me in the future? And this is part and parcel of believing in a me. And so when enlightenment happens and the shattering of the illusion of me goes, things that are built upon this illusion of me tend to go as well. And one of them is this anxiety of what will happen to me. For when the me shatters, this illusion shatters, there's no longer a question of what will happen to me. It's not even a question anymore. And so when there is no question of what could happen to me, and there's no other, and as there's no other, there's no possibility of being harmed, Brahman, self, whatever you want to call it, is never created or destroyed. Forms change, that's it. And there isn't this attachment to form anymore, and so you can let form go because you're no longer identified with form. And so that's why I'd say that only upon the happening of enlightenment will existential anxiety and the fear of death fall away. And it will. That's one of the criteria, I'd almost say, if someone's trying to determine if an awakening and enlightenment has happened. Fundamentally, is there still a fear of death? Because there wouldn't be a fear of the end of me if the me is no longer believed. So, but I hope this answers your question to your satisfaction. If any viewers or Ram has questions, please post below. But until next time, thank you much.